is up, party people? It is your boy Baylor OG. It has been a fat minute since I posted anything on my YouTube. I think the last time I posted on my YouTube was when I ran over something on a highway. I thought at that time that I was gonna put it back to stock and sell it, and that was not the case at all. I have TEs on the car now. Last video I had my NT03s on. Anyways, I haven't done much to the car since then, only the TEs and maybe a few little finishing touches here and there. My mindset with this car has kind of changed. Some of you do know that I want a second car this year. I do have a second car right now. I have a Forester. As I started driving it more, I didn't inspect it well when I bought it, and it's definitely a lesson learned. It's out getting fixed right now. The car is fine. When I get it back, I'm definitely gonna sell it and hopefully put that money towards my next car. Some of you know what that next car is, some of you don't, but hear me out. It'll be crazy. My goal this year is to focus on finishing touches. I need to redo my center console, get a different shift bezel, shift boot, e-brake boot, steering wheel. Oh my goodness, my steering wheel is in such bad condition. All my V8 owners, y'all know the struggle of the peeling steering wheel. Mine peeled tremendously last year because it sat out in the sun when I took it to the shop, and I forgot to tell them to put the sun visor on so it wouldn't peel as much as it did. Now I need to either buy a steering wheel wrap or buy a whole new steering wheel altogether. The exterior is my main point of focus right now. As you can see, I tried to paint my front lip, and I did, but the finish isn't as smooth as I want it to be. I forgot that you have to smooth out, you know, the primer before you throw on the paint. From afar, it actually looks really good, but it bothers me because in different angles you can see how the finish is different from like all different angles or whatever. So we're gonna fix that today. Also, I did not take off my side skirts and paint them as well, so we're gonna paint those too. Before we get started, I want to show y'all where I got my paint and all that other stuff from. I got it from a website called Touch Up Direct. They have different stages of like paint kits. You can buy a full like gallon or pint. I forgot what bulk size that paint comes in. But in this kit, we got the paint, the clear coat, and the primer, and then it included a set of gloves and a wax and grease remover. In order to make this finish look the way I want it to, I think I'm just gonna sand it down with a smoother grit sandpaper and throw on another coat of paint and then finish it from there so I can have enough paint to mess with my side skirts. It really sucks that I have to jack up the car to get to my side skirt, but it's all for the greater good. So I'm gonna jack up the car, take off the side skirts, take off my front bumper so I can take off the lip and get started on this paint. I had to bring the show back here so I'm not painting out like in the direct sunlight, and I have a little bit more room to work with. I already started wiping down the front lip with a little bit of dish soap. I'm going to do the same to the side skirts, and I'm gonna start sanding after everything is clean and dry. I'm not sure if you can tell, but there is a huge difference in texture after I hit it with this 400 grit sandpaper. It brought it down to the primer almost. You can see a little bit of the metallic paint. After I hit it with the 600, I'm gonna throw 2 coats, maybe even 1 coat of primer on there. Hit it again with the higher grit sandpaper, and that's when I'm gonna hit it with the actual paint and then just keep on going with the process. I just went over the whole lip with 1000 grit sandpaper, and it looks amazing, honestly. All the rough spots that were there are gone now, but there's still a few patches here and there. I'm gonna go over it again with either 1 or 2 coats of primer, and then it should be ready to throw the actual color on there. A few hours later, and I'm finally done with this front lip. I still have the side skirts to go. The process went super smooth. When you go up close, you can kind of see a few imperfections here and there, but I could care less because I'm gonna scrape this lip at least once or twice in the next, few days or so. You can really see how metallic this paint is, which makes me wonder how good my paint would be if I were to put it through a whole paint correction and detail and all that other stuff, but we'll get to that later. We're back in the garage. I finished both side skirts and the front lip as well. You can see how the side skirts turned out. It's not 100% perfect, but in my book, for my first time trying to paint match some plastic, I think I did pretty well. So I'm gonna throw these on, throw the front lip on, and then head to my nearest gas station and show you guys some clips. All right, y'all, this is a finished product. Can honestly say that I'm pretty mad at myself for not doing this sooner, but you know, better sooner than later. This is probably the best the car has looked in a few weeks. Got the carbon on the tail lights, the carbon on the trunk, JDM splash guards. I actually had stepped on this side skirt before I put it on. That's why it looks all interrupted right there, but it's fine now. You can't really tell from far away. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Make sure y'all like, sub, and comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.